going on, everybody? Rob Piesel back with you. And this past week, Alexander Ovechkin scored the most familiar goal ever. Power play, top of the circle, one-timer, back of the net. But what was not familiar about it was the goaltender. Adin Hill became the 151st goalie to get beat by the grade 8. Only 8 players in history have victimized more goaltenders. And that sounds to me like a perfect 9 in 90. Start the clock. Okay, as you know, every Ovechkin goal now brings him closer to history, but his top 3 most victimized goaltenders all have one thing in common. They were all Vezina Trophy winners. Teemu Selanne scored on 152 different goaltenders in his career, and while this record breaker against Stefan Fiset may be his most famous, he did have 14 others against Fiset. Mike Gartner is one of the most consistent goal scorers in history. He has more 30-goal seasons than anyone with 17, and has scored 10 or more goals on 19 different goaltenders. Dave Andreychuk is one of 3 players on this list to score 20 or more goals against multiple goalies. Now, it's not often that the great one is number 5 on a scoring list, but here he is. And while 155 goalies had to fish the puck out of the net thanks to Gretzky, no one had it worse than Richard Brodeur. Ron Francis found the score sheet a lot during his 23-year career, but of the 157 goalies he scored on, you may be surprised to see that Patrick Roy tops the list. Man, Richard Brodeur must have hated playing against the Oilers because he also finds himself on top of Mark Messier's list. And I don't think he's too happy about it. Patrick Marleau has played more games than anyone in history, so he has seen his share of goaltenders. And even though he never won a Stanley Cup himself, his 2 favorite goalies both did, and they also were both Conn Smythe Trophy winners. Jaromir Jagr comes in at number 1, having scored on 178 different goalies. His final victim was Peter Mrazek, who was born after Jagr had already won a Stanley Cup. Man, you've got to feel bad for some of those goaltenders. Look, for more content just like this, it's pretty simple. Subscribe to the channel and make sure to click that little bell, because when you do, you'll get a notification every time we put up a new video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.